Hello students. Now in continuation with the first video on the poem My Last Duchess, today I would begin with the poem My Last Duchess itself. First of all, let me give you a brief introduction to the poem. My Last Duchess is probably Browning's most popular and most anthologized poem. The poem first appeared in 1842 in Dramatic Lyrics, which is contained in Bells and Pomegranates. Perhaps the major reason for the fame of My Last Duchess is that it is probably the finest example of Browning's dramatic monologue. In it, he paints a devastating self-portrait of royalty, a portrait that reveals more of the Duke's personality. In fact, the irony is profound, for with each word spoken in an attempt to criticize his last Duchess, the Duke ironically reveals his utterly detestable nature and how far he is from seeing it himself. Before the subtleties of My Last Duchess can be grasped, the basic elements of this dramatic monologue must be understood. The only speaker in this poem is the Duke of Ferrara. The listener, who, off stage, asks about the smile of the last Duchess in the portrait, is silent during the entire poem. The listener is the emissary of a count and is helping to negotiate a marriage between the count's daughter and the Duke. The time is probably the Italian Renaissance, though Browning does not so specify this thing. The location of the poem is the Duke's palace, probably in some art gallery, since the Duke points to some nearby art objects. The two men are about to join the company in the poem, and since the thrust of Browning's dramatic monologue is psychological self-characterization, what kind of man does the Duke reveal himself to be is the question to which we find the answer in this particular poem, My Last Duchess. Surely he is a very jealous man. He brags that he has had the Duchess portrait made by Fra Pandolf. He gave Fra Pandolf only a day to finish the expensive commissioned art. Pandolf is a painter so notable that the Duke drops the artist's name. Probably he chose Pandolf because, as a monk, he would have taken a vow of chastity. Yet the Duke's jealousy was so powerful that he observed his chaste painter with his wife in order to be sure. Later, the Duke implies that the Duchess was the kind of woman who had to be watched for because she had a heart which was too easily impressed, and her looks went everywhere. Yet the evidence that he uses to corroborate his charge, her love of sunsets, the cherry bow with which she was presented, her pet white mule, suggests that she was a natural woman who preferred the simple pleasures. The Duke's pride and selfishness are also revealed in the poem. He is very proud of his family name, for as he describes his marriage to his last Duchess, he states that he gave her a gift of a 900-year-old name. Yet he never once mentions love or his willingness to emerge from his own ego. Instead, he emphasizes that it is his curtain, his portrait, his name, his commands, and his sculpture. So the poem My Last Duchess is an ideal example of dramatic monologue wherein we find all the features of dramatic monologue encompassed in this one single poem. We have a single speaker, we have a silent listener, we have a narration, we have a series of images, a series of events, a storytelling, a narrative, everything is there in this one single poem. Now with this next video, we'll begin with the explanation of the poem My Last Duchess. Thank you.